This is no ordinary comparison. The comparison between two of the most greatest names in the automotive history, two of the most popular muscle cars to ever exist. One of them is a pony car, but you get the point. I'm talking about Dodge Challenger and Ford Mustang. For this video, we're going to be comparing the latest Dodge Challenger, which is also the last Dodge Challenger with a combustion engine, which is Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170, with a very special Ford Mustang, which is Ford Mustang Dark Horse.
Now first let's talk about the Dodge Demon 170.
If you're a person who is living under a rock, then only you might be unaware about the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170. Whew, that's a pretty long name. And why am I saying this? Because this car has been the talk of the town since it released. Because this car has shown some of the most incredible and mind-boggling numbers that a production car can show, especially a Dodge. The car summons the most powerful V8 in the Challenger, producing 1025 horsepower and also an NHRA certified quarter mile time of 8.91 seconds. Besides that, this car is capable to do 0 to 60 in 1.66 seconds. But don't get very excited about this timing of 1.66 seconds because it has some catch. And what that catch is, I'm going to be explaining later in this video, so bear with me. But it's not the only muscle car, pony car that has been launched in the recent times. Introducing you to the 7th generation Ford Mustang, which has a special variant called as Darkhorse. The Darkhorse is the first ever Mustang to have a 5-liter V8 engine which produces total 500 horsepower, making it the most powerful non-Shelby edition Ford Mustang. That's enough with the brief introduction. Now let's compare them side by side. But before we start, if you are new to this channel, then this channel is all about automotive content, and I also have an Instagram page where I post regular updates and facts about the cars. I highly recommend you to follow me on Instagram, and also make sure to subscribe to this channel as I have to complete 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and your small subscription can help me a lot. So please subscribe. Now let's start the video. Firstly, let's compare them on the basis of their exterior design. First, let's start with Dodge Demon 170. Well, looking at the new Dodge Challenger, we don't see any major changes on the exterior at least, which is a little bit disappointing as it was the last Challenger before Dodge going completely electric. Though there are some changes that we can spot here and there. Firstly, there are no fender flares on the front, of course to reduce weight. And the other change that we can spot is the Demon logo, and I think that's it. Some changes or some noticeable changes that I have observed in the new Dodge Demon 170. But it is not as bad as it sounds like, because Dodge Challenger is not the kind of car which is known for their crazy designs. If you look at the first ever Dodge Challenger and compare it with the latest one, or compare all of the Dodge Challengers, then throughout the year their design, the basic raw muscle car design of them is been constant, except the second generation. Well, let's not get that far. Let's compare the 2008 model of Dodge Challenger with the latest one, because that model was the first ever modern Dodge Challenger. If we compare them side by side, then basically they have the same design, and here and there are some twitches, there are some facelifts that they have been doing all these years till now, and we all loved them. We all love the basic design and the basic muscular design that I was talking about earlier. We all love that, and that's why it has been popular. It has been so popular till this date. But still, back of our mind, we all wanted something new from this last ever Dodge Challenger, but we're happy. Well, now let's talk about the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, which shows some real good changes. Like, it is more angular now, it is more chiseled now. The front shows more aggressive face with those thinner headlights and bigger grille with that squared edges. This car looks aggressive from the front. On the rear, you see the signature 3-bar tail light design, but now there is a line that provides an angle to each light. The rear now is more cleaner looking in my way. So overall design is, I guess, quite good. Firstly, let's compare this car side by side. If you look at Dodge Challenger here, then you can pretty much see what I was talking about earlier in this video. The clean body design, the muscular design that I was talking about. Especially the shoulder line that you can see in the image is exactly what I'm talking about, that a true muscle car should have. Whereas on the other hand, when you see the Mustang, then you see some nice curves here. there are some design changes that have been made in the Ford Mustang over the years, and here too there are some changes that you can observe if compare it with the previous gen model, and that thing makes it beautiful. Actually, this curvy design makes it look like a sports car rather than a muscle car, but it's pretty good. That was enough about the exterior design. Now let's talk about the interior design. I think I have to go to the bathroom, but by any chance, if you still have not subscribed to this channel, then please subscribe. I will see you in 30 seconds. Like the exterior, the interior of the Dodge Challenger doesn't seem to be changed that much at all if compared to the previous gen model. Some visible changes that can be observed are firstly the new Demon badge on the leather seats, and besides that, now you can add a whole new level of addition to this interior, like adding a passenger seat. Because the standard Dodge Challenger comes only with a driver's seat, you can add passenger seat and rear bench seat with $1 each. But that's not all. If you want a sunroof, I wonder why anybody wants a sunroof in a Dodge Challenger Demon, but if you want one, then you have to pay $9,995 for that. So overall, the interior looks pretty much similar to that of the previous gen model, with similar Alcantara steering wheel and that instrument cluster. It's pretty similar. Whereas on the Mustang side, there are some major changes with the new 12.4-inch driver display and that 13-inch central display. And what's prominent all over the car is that AG design, which is also visible in the steering wheel design and also on those AC vents. You also get an electronic drift brake, which is made to look like a mechanical one. I think it's mostly for the enthusiasts like me. And the flat bottom steering wheel brings indigo blue stitching, which you will also observe in the door panels and also in the seat stitching. And like the Challenger, there is also place for two people to sit at the back in the Mustang also, but I don't think I would suggest anyone unless you are a very tiny person. Now here comes the most exciting part, where we compare the numbers of these cars. Now let's compare both of these cars on the basis of their drivetrain. First, let's talk about the Dodge Demon SRT 170, which is the most powerful production muscle car ever with 1025 horsepower and 945 pounds-feet of torque. And this 1025 horsepower is all possible due to the E85 fuel and the 6.2-liter V8 engine. According to Dodge, on a prepared surface, this car is capable of doing quarter mile in 8.91 seconds, and on a prepared surface, this car is capable of doing 0 to 60 mph in just 1.66 seconds, which should make it the quickest car in the world, but it doesn't. And the reason is, now is the moment when I'm going to be pissing some people off. Reason is rollout time, which affects the Dodge Challenger's 1.66 seconds time, and according to Motor Trend, this time might be 2.22 seconds, which makes it like third most quickest car in the world right now. And really, Motor Trend have said this on their article, that this car is not that quick as they are selling it to be. And if you don't know what rollout time is, then I would highly recommend you to watch Jason's video, in which he has explained why the Tesla Model S Plate is not a under 2-second car, which it claims to be. If you still are not convinced, then I have to tell you one more thing, that this thing has been confirmed by Dodge themselves, and that this time is with rollout time. So the actual timing of 0 to 60 might be more than 2 seconds. Now if you're someone who is still saying that Dodge has done nothing but some minor changes on the exterior and minor modifications in the engine to increase the horsepower, then you should listen to this part carefully, because the CEO himself told journalists that they have blew up several engines while developing one for the Demon 170, as it is more than just a modified V8 from the old Demon. The only significant part that they have been carrying over in this new engine is the camshaft. V8 now have a strong crank, stronger connecting rods and rod bearings. Cylinder now can handle higher pressures up to 2500 psi on E85 fuel. The Challenger still have the 8-speed automatic transmission, which is now paired with a transmission brake which is called as Trans Brake 2.0. The suspension is now more stiffer to reduce the front end lift. Talking about the Dark Horse, then the Dark Horse features the most powerful 5-liter V8 in a street legal Mustang, which produces 500 horsepower. This makes this car the most powerful non-Shelby Mustang. For this car, the 5-liter Coyote V8 engine is specially modified with the piston connecting rods from Shelby GT500. This car also includes dual throttle body intakes, NACA ducts for cooling brakes. Besides it, the Dark Horse comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission and a titanium shift balls. But these are not the only options. You can also get an option of 10-speed automatic transmission. Now finally, let's talk about the price. The Dodge Challenger comes at a price tag of $96,666 as a standard, in which you will get a driver's seat, a radio and air conditioning. If you want the seats, as I told you earlier, you have to pay $1 for each. But that's not all. If you want to buy the most expensive version of this car, then you have to pay $1,33,421 with all necessary fees. Now let's talk about the price of the Dark Horse. The base price of the car is $57,920, but in this car also you can do some addition, like you can add a handling package of worth $4,500 and also a carbon fiber wheels, which will cost you around $8,495. And if you want the most expensive variant of this car, then this will cost you around $78,035. Now here comes the most difficult part of any comparison video, the verdict. After comparing both of these cars, the one thing that is for sure is that both of them are incredible machines. And if you are a kind of person who is looking to buy a car which has that muscle power look but also has that raw power and brutality, then Dodge Challenger is for you. But if you are a kind of person who is looking to buy a car that has that kind of balance of having a good amount of power but also have that good handling capabilities, have the good interior and both exterior at the same time, then a Ford Mustang is something you should go for. And I know most of the people are saying that I am giving a very diplomatic answer, and that's correct too, because everyone has a choice and everyone has a need. And both of these cars are fulfilling different kind of needs, so why not have a diplomatic answer? But if you still want to know what would have I chosen among these two cars, then I would definitely go for Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170 because of sole reason of that 6.2 liter V8 HEMI. Why would I not choose that? I love it. I love the sound of HEMI, and Dodge Demon is the kind of car that I dream of having one day. But if I get to choose the 2018 versus the 2024 Demon model, then I would definitely go for the 2018 model because of that body kit, that white body kit. I love that. Let's wrap this video up. If you like this video, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already by any chance subscribed to this channel, then please subscribe. It genuinely helps me a lot, and please help me achieve my target of 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And share your thoughts in the comment section, and also give me suggestions if you have any for me in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, Pistonheads. Click here to watch my full review on the 2024 Ford Mustang, and click here to watch my review of the Corvette E-Ray.